there's a certain amount of self-pride that you have to have in order to acknowledge something that's missing. Look, we are our own worst critic. I can listen to something and I hate it, and or burn the tape or whatever, And so what we find is the personalities have a job, and so what we find is that methodologies have to be imposed in order for us to be able to control. Each of the people involved in that have to have a certain standard and procedure that they use in order to get things done and be answerable to them. But what happens is they must be incorporated in stages. If that happens, we're okay. But if you try to expand your job description by your efforts, then you're going to create areas. And once those areas overlap, you're going to have a problem. I am not the producer. I like what I play, but if he doesn't like it, he's going to tell me to play it over again. You really think I'm going to tell him he doesn't know what he's talking about and I played my best? So, okay, let's assume that we have strong personalities. You can still have a strong personality and still get the job done. But David doesn't work like that. David is not there to have an argument, but he is there to challenge you. So I'll speak for myself. I was working with David. He calls me up and he says, I want you to should I talk about Iggy or should I talk about Low and all that stuff?
Let's talk about Low and that stuff.
Okay, we're doing
the
Low.
other stuff's
Man, dude, you're so depressed. What the hell? You're calling me up. I know the situation. I know how you feel. I got it. But I'm not depressed. You handle the words, I'll handle the music. Well, there's nothing depressing about all that music. It's like, dun, 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 well, diddly, I could dance, shake my butt, everything is great. But then he's got to put his lyric on there, and that's where everything meets. Whether it's me, I have my methodology that I use, remember, I had the damn trio. I don't mean that as a curse. I mean Dennis Davis, Carlos Alomar, and George Murray. When David heard that trio, it was over. He knew that I could deliver anything that he wanted. My problem is this. I'm a musician, a studio musician. I never play what I practice. Musicians out there never play what you practice. I hear something, I calm myself down, I listen, and then I hear myself in it. Whether I can play it or not, that's the challenge. But I hear something. And David knows that once I start hearing certain arrangements and stuff, he's like, okay. Each of us, Tony Visconti, when he was miking, Dennis Davis was sitting there, I was over there, George Murray was over here, we all had all these effects and all that stuff. Man, the miking, you mic the drums, you have mics over there. I mean, this room, acoustically speaking, I clap and it's like being in the Taj Mahal. It's really outstanding because you can make it smaller, but you can't make it larger. And so to have these natural acoustics happening like this is really, really cool. And so you want to modify the music so that it actually fits the circumstance. So for Tony Visconti to come out here and say, mic that, mic that snare a little bit further away. What's that got to do with Dennis hitting the snare? You see what I mean? So each of us knows our place, and each of us knows each methodology. We do enter into a conversation about my methodology is not the same as Brian Eno's methodology, and Brian Eno's methodology is not the same as David Bowie's methodology. So in that sense, you do have a meeting of the minds, which later clash, but you do meet first. And I think that it's important for us to realize that the odyssey of creating a song is a many-layered thing. I have a challenge because there's nothing. David will go and go, man, I'm thinking about this song. Ting 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 ting. What do you think? Man, awesome. You mean like this? Ting 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 ting. Yeah, just like that. So it's a very difficult situation because there's nothing there. And so Tony Visconti and David are like constantly amazed. Oh my God, they just finished the album in a week. David didn't have any lyrics yet. This is like, you don't think about it. I never met Robert Fripp. What? I never met him. It was an overdub. The three-piece band gets together in here. We work on magic. I have a communication thing with David. We speak it. Boom, 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 boom. The tracks are done. Bye, everybody. Bye, Berlin. And I go back home. And then, like all of you, I wait. And I wait. And we all wait. And finally the record comes out. Break the record, bring the record home, put it on, turn off all the lights. Honey, quiet, quiet, quiet. Here we go. Damn, where's my part? Why the hell is Robert Fripp or whoever, Adrian, whoever, why are they playing my parts? I mean, it's cool. It's cool that they play it. As long as that record comes out, and when it comes out, I'm just as shocked as all of you. Oh my God, I sound great. It's a fantastic thing. And all these different methodologies on an album, you got 10 to 12 songs on an album, you can understand. Once those tracks are done and you go to the next one, clear your palate, take a deep breath, and start from nothing all over again. Each one of these gentlemen here on this stage understands that methodology. Once you finish, you're done, move on, clear your head, reset, break it down, start all over again. And I quite honestly, I love it. It is a challenge, and it's a challenge that we met rather quite well.